All right, this is one of 4 videos specifically to do with new information about Tokyo Disney Resort. This is all about the announcements made on April 28th, 2025 about what's to come. Well, we all know that Disney Fantasy Springs in Tokyo Disney Sea has just been around for a year now. Now, it includes the sections to do with the IP for Rapunzel, as well as Peter Pan and Frozen. That's in a separate video. I will talk about my experience visiting that. But for now, these are about the new announcements to Tokyo Disneyland, the other park that's in Tokyo, Japan. Now it's due for an upgrade for sure with the new Fantasy Springs. Tokyo Disneyland is not forgotten. There's going to be a new Space Mountain overlay, and they're pumping in a $374 million budget into changing you can see it behind me. That's how Space Mountain is going to look like. And this is set to premiere 2027. It's an overlay of the exterior, which makes it more futuristic, more modern. It is beautiful. The area surrounding Space Mountain will also be revamped. And I think the trademark for Space Mountain Earthrise has been sort of blocked and taken by Disney. So that's the supposed rumored name of this new area, Space Mountain Earthrise. Nothing like any of the other Space Mountains in the rest of the Disney parks in the world. And also, my thought is, like, why would they be pumping that much money into just one ride? It's quite a bit of money. And from what I understand, it's going to be the same track inside, a few upgrades, maybe an overlay you would call it, to the sort of the sounds, and also to some of the things that you will see on the ride. Also, the ride will be sped up. It's supposed to be faster, but all the same, does it really cost that much? Well, I don't know. Let's see if it's going to be worth it. But all things point to yes, because the people that made Hagrid's ride at Universal, which is actually really secretly my favorite ride of all time. I just love the storytelling and everything. Well, the people behind that ride, the team, the company, Intamin, is going to be working on this new Space Mountain ride. Now, we all know that Space Mountain, Hyperspace Mountain, is the fastest at Disneyland Paris. So it remains to be seen if Space Mountain in Tokyo will be the new fastest roller coaster. Not only is this happening in Tomorrowland, Adventureland is getting a huge rehaul, and I didn't know this while visiting it. It points to, there's a new map that's happened. I'm going to change my backdrop right now. Let's see. There we go. Amazing, isn't it? So it points to, if you study this map closely, some changes, definitely quite a few changes. First of all, things will disappear. The Western Railroad is no longer there. You're gonna have Jungle Cruise replaced as well, the Tiki Room replaced as well. So it's all quite sad. It's unfortunate. Tokyo Disney Sea has got its revamp with the new 3 mini lands within Fantasy Springs. Tokyo Disneyland is not to be left out. Adventureland is also going to be revamped, and this is on top of the overhaul for Space Mountain. We're gonna also get some Up stuff, and not forgetting one more with The Incredibles. Now, The Incredibles is also a Disney California Adventure, but let's get into the detail a little bit more in just a bit. I just want to tell you the chronological order of things. So, next year is the 25th anniversary of Tokyo Disney Sea. 2025, we're going to be seeing the closure of Big Band Beat, and that's happening from July to September 30th, the last day of this show. Of course, it has downgraded a little bit since COVID. They've taken out the 4 singers. Mickey doesn't play the drum anymore. They're saying goodbye to the show. Nothing has been announced to replace it just yet. But there will be an event called We Love Big Band Beat, and that will celebrate the closing of the show in Tokyo Disney Sea. Now, moving back to Tokyo Disneyland, in 2026, which is the following year, next year, we're going to see the Wreck-It Ralph attraction appear, and that's going to be interesting because it's the first Wreck-It Ralph attraction ever in any Disney park in the world, and this will replace Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters, which is a game in itself, but it makes sense that Wreck-It Ralph is taking over because Wreck-It Ralph is all about video games, right? And it's going to be Sugar Rush themed as a concept, so this will be very, very interesting. And then we move on to 2027, which is Space Mountain, which I talked about already. And then following that, within the next 10 years, these other attractions will start to appear. Two more things are coming, which is Up. There's a section that looks like there's a lot of balloons, and also what looks like Paradise Falls. And another section that looks Incredibles related, which has bullet trains and Syndrome's Island headquarters. And this is all expected to come within the next 10 years. Now, moving back to Tokyo Disney Sea, there will be one more upgrade for this park, and it looks like Aquatopia is going to be replaced by something Moana themed, a boat ride, and that's happening in the Port Discovery section. So lots of different things coming to Tokyo Disney Resort overall still, and also what's coming that the OLC is doing, the Oriental Land Company that runs these parks, is a cruise ship. Now, Singapore announced quite some time back about the Disney Adventure, the first ship that's going to be based in Asia, and so not to be left out, Japan has announced that they want to do a cruise ship too, and that's going to be happening from 2029. In Singapore, it's starting at the start of, or the end of 2025, I believe. December sailings are going out, and then into 2026 and all. But then again, we've also heard that 8 more ships are going to be announced. So I feel like the Disney Adventure is not probably going to go anywhere else, but still on its current itinerary to nowhere in general, because it is its own floating theme park, the first one ever. All these other 8 ships, I'm sure they will cover the world in better ways now. All right, so and that's all we have for what's been released about the news. I hope that wasn't too confusing. Do check out other videos. I've made one about Fantasy Springs and my visit and my thoughts. Another one about, the guest experience, staying at the hotels, avoiding the lines and beating the system. And one more video just about Disney merch in Tokyo specifically. All right, hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, follow the channel, DisneyDwayne, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.